Right now, in Asia, a quiet but powerful shift is reshaping the future of the Indo-Pacific. Three nations, Japan, Australia, and the Philippines, are joining forces against a rising China. Military drills, defense agreements, and coordinated diplomacy are sending Beijing a clear message: you won't dominate this region uncontested. But why these three countries, and why now? And could their alliance keep the peace or trigger a dangerous showdown? Let's dive in. The rivalry between Japan and China stretches back centuries. In modern times, scars from the Second Sino-Japanese War still linger. Today, their flashpoint is the Senkaku Islands. Claimed by both Tokyo and Beijing, these tiny islands fuel frequent confrontations at sea, raising fears of clashes spiraling into open conflict. For the Philippines, the battleground is the South China Sea, one of the world's busiest waterways. China's sweeping nine-line claim overlaps with Manila's exclusive economic zone, including rich fishing grounds and energy reserves. In 2016, The Hague ruled against Beijing, but China rejected the verdict, building artificial islands with runways, radar, and missile systems. For the Philippines, this is about sovereignty, fishermen's livelihoods, and national security. Australia's story is different. For decades, China was its biggest trading partner, fueling a mining boom. But trade didn't shield Canberra from friction. Beijing was accused of election interference, cyberattacks, and political influence operations. When Australia called for a COVID-19 origins probe, China retaliated with trade restrictions worth billions. In response, Australia doubled down on security, joining the AUKUS pact with the US and UK, securing access to nuclear-powered submarines and advanced defense technology. So why are these three nations banding together? The answer lies in China's meteoric rise. Over 4 decades, it grew into the world's second-largest economy and expanded its global footprint through the Belt and Road Initiative. But prosperity came with power, and Beijing has been unafraid to wield it. The South China Sea is the heart of the contest. Over $3 trillion in trade passes through it each year, and beneath its waters lie vast energy reserves. Since 2013, China has transformed reefs into fortified military bases. Officially peaceful facilities, they now bristle with airstrips, radars, and missiles. Beyond island building, China uses gray zone tactics. Fishing fleets doubling as maritime militias, cyberattacks, economic coercion, and ramming foreign vessels. For Japan, Australia, and the Philippines, these tactics are alarming, and they doubt America alone can guarantee regional security. At first glance, the three nations seem worlds apart, but China's pressure has united them. In recent years, they've stepped up collaboration, joint naval drills, intelligence sharing, and public declarations defending freedom of navigation. For the Philippines, the shift is especially significant. After decades of balancing between Washington and Beijing, Manila is now aligning firmly with its democratic partners. The U.S. quietly supports this trilateral effort. Washington sees it as a way to counterbalance China without carrying the burden alone. Together, these three countries are becoming frontline defenders of the U.S.-led order in Asia. Beijing, of course, is pushing back. Chinese officials accuse the trio of being pawns of Washington, warning that foreign alliances destabilize the region. At the same time, Beijing dangles trade deals and infrastructure projects to lure others away from the U.S. orbit. Yet on the water and in the skies, China has grown more aggressive, shadowing Filipino ships, flying near Japanese airspace, and deploying more vessels into contested zones. This alliance complicates Beijing's strategy. China often prefers to pressure neighbors one by one, but a united front of Japan, Australia, and the Philippines is far harder to intimidate. And the stakes are global. The South China Sea is the lifeblood of world trade. Disruption could send shockwaves through supply chains and energy markets. The most dangerous flashpoint, however, may be Taiwan. Only 120 kilometers from the Philippines, it could draw in the US, Japan, and Australia if China attempts forceful reunification. Some analysts warn of a new Cold War in Asia, Rival blocs, constant military drills, and rising risks of accidents at sea or in the air. Unlike the US-Soviet Cold War, however, China and its rivals remain economically intertwined, making outright conflict even more costly. Where does this leave us? For Japan, Australia, and the Philippines, unity is about deterrence, not aggression. By signaling that they won't stand alone, they hope to prevent Beijing from pushing too far. But greater cooperation also raises risks of miscalculation. Much will depend on two factors: how far China is willing to press its claims, and how consistent America is in backing its allies. 3 countries, 3 histories, 1 shared concern. Japan, Australia, and the Philippines may not seem like natural allies, but faced with a rising China, they've found strength in each other. Their partnership is reshaping Asia's security landscape. The question now: will this alliance preserve peace or accelerate the path to confrontation? Outro CTA. What do you think? Can this trilateral partnership deter China, or will it only escalate tensions? Share your thoughts in the comments, hit like if you found this breakdown valuable, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into global politics. Until next time, stay informed and stay curious.